Jazzy.
Hi, I'm Alisha.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and we are the Girlies that read.
Woo!
That was so undramatic.
Welcome back. We are in a new location.
Yay!
We have moved a whole 5 meters to the left, to a different room with a different setup, which I think is much more cozy. Get much more comfortable vibes. We are missing my beautiful bookshelves. The canvas behind us is a bit blank. But today's video, we're doing something a bit different. So far on the channel, we've done lots of discussions. We've done some really fun, very crazy, silly games, which have tested friendships.
Just a few. Yeah. I still think I won that other one, but anyway.
You did, didn't you? Oh, not
Look,
that one.
the only person who has a right to be upset is me. I have not won a single thing.
Maybe you'll win the next game.
Sorrows, prayers.
Wow. I haven't even seen Bridgerton, but I know that. I know that meme. Sorrows, prayers. But we are changing things up today. We're doing something a little bit different. We're jumping into more of the realm of just some more fun bookish content. So today we are doing our top 3 favorite reads from 2025 so far. Mm-hmm. Now, because someone, I'm not going to name names, was a little bit indecisive with being able to pick between her favorite reads, we've narrowed it down to our favorite 3 traditionally published books of the year. So no indie authors here. Maybe we can do another video for indie authors later on, if maybe I read some more indie authors.
Do we have indie authors spread out amongst the 3 of us?
I think you're like the indie author queen.
I definitely have
I'm trying, but Amazon's so easy just for me to go, oh, bye.
Yeah.
And I don't like go looking for indie authors. I am trying to be a little bit more.
Actually, I interject here. I feel like The Rooted and the Winged, it gives indie vibes. But it is published.
Indie author basically means like self-published, all of the work is
They've
by themselves.
So a publishing company hasn't picked it up. That's what indie author is.
So would you say that one is?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
The very painstakingly buddy read we're currently doing. Do you want to go get it?
Yes.
I reckon that would be... Yeah. Yeah, I heard you guys are really enjoying that, which I can see from how much she's read so far.
In the 3 weeks I've been reading it, that's how much I've read. I'm not even at 100 pages.
Why? Can I ask, like, why are we finding it so slow? No.
Oh,
reading.
It's very exposition heavy.
Yes.
And so the first chapter is actually not like, it's pretty good. The first chapter, you get chucked into a middle of like basically a monsoon.
Yeah.
And the main male character is running through the forest, and he almost drowns. He gets saved by a druid.
Yeah.
I call them a dryad.
Did you just say druid?
I did.
Druid?
I meant dryad.
It's dryad?
Wizard.
Oh.
Yes. My brain's not functioning. Anyway, get saved by a dryad.
Yeah.
And then it kind of just stops.
What do you mean? Stops.
Like nothing happens. And we go into a whole bunch of world building and character establishment. And I'm 10 chapters in and nothing of significance has happened. And I'm bored.
I'm reading Metal Slinger right now. It's so fun. And I love how like the way, like I've picked up on a few things. The way they introduce information has been done like in a really good way. And another book I read, which was
We just pulling out all the books today.
Speaking of Metal Slinger, I am also reading that.
How far?
I'm the only one that's finished.
No, I'm not that much yet actually.
Are you going to finish it before the end of the month? I know you probably won't.
Probably will.
Oh, you will?
It's today's the end of the month.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I probably won't.
There were some concerns that the book club book was not going to be finished this month. I finished it.
There's one thing about me. I might be late to things. I might never be places on times or finish things.
Or she might start them a week early.
Or whatever. True. But I will definitely get it done. No matter what. I will sacrifice sleep, my mental health, everything. We don't have it anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But I will get it done. I don't know how. And if I can't finish it by midnight, Western Australia still exists. We might just buy different time zone.
Just completely jump into a different time zone.
And even better, America's 12 hours behind. Even better. So technically, it's still within the month.
So if I do that and I finish it on Monday, then it's still fine.
Yeah. Also, you can just lie.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
Plenty people do.
Yeah.
I would just be like, yeah, I read it. Don't ask me anything about it because I'm processing or whatever. Still like
Yes, I
5
wrote
chapters to go.
So we're going to go through one at a time. We've each got our 3 favourite books. We'll give you a very brief run over of what we love about it, basically. And then, we might discuss it a bit. There's no real structure to this one. No. We're just going to have a bit of a gab about the books that we love, because, that's what we do. We talk about books that we love.
Because we are the girlies that talk about the books that we love.
The girlies that try their best.
Yes.
The girlies that will
Read.
keep trying their best.
We could turn it into a meme.
We could.
The girlies that ... fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Literally.
Hey, there you go. There's an Instagram post for you.
There you go.
Inspired.
Let me just write that down really
Okay.
quickly.
Jazzy, do you want to go first?
You want me to go first? I would love to. Ready? I've got my notes on my iPad. So.
See, I didn't write notes. I'm literally
I have no
going
notes.
off
I'm
my...
actually pulling up my Goodreads review to remember what I like.
Yeah.
I
I
love
was like,
that.
what do I like about this again?
I remember I enjoyed
I
this.
remember
What
loving
happened?
it. What was
Couldn't
it
tell
that I
ya.
liked?
Well-
Also, one of them I haven't updated the Goodreads review, so I'm going through my friend's Goodreads because I know she updated hers.
That's
Yeah.
too funny.
Well, I wrote these in the car like this morning driving around.
Don't
so
you love how prepared we are?
very prepared. But I have my top 3, and I am a sucker for a book that has a dragon in it. But
Same, babe.
same, literally fantasy reader, of course. But only 2 of these have dragons in it. So I'm glad that I see that one in your stack. But anyway, we'll get to that later.
Oh, I actually don't have any dragons.
There's
But
the door.
I have all of them.
You kind of have like a like a third dragon lion thingy.
Yeah.
What's
That's
Gryphon?
not the part of the book I
Gryphon,
liked
Griffin.
no,
at
she's-
all. Like, I loved it, but it was
Zorace
more
is
so
called
like...
something else.
It's kind of funny. All
I
3
don't
of my
remember what
books,
she's
the
called.
reason I like them is because of politics. So
That's fine. That's fine.
you know what? Yeah.
Which one of us in the group is the lawyer? Take your pick.
Not a lawyer yet. Please don't put it out
She's
there.
getting there.
Almost.
She
Alright.
has to be prepared for when I murder somebody.
Not that kind of a lawyer. Plus conflict of interest.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
anyway,
Jazzy, continue.
I'm just gonna go. Well, this one, if you guys don't know what it is, you should know what it is. It is called The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, and it is a beautiful book.
She's thick.
She very thick book. Hold on, let me just give you a full like that. Is that a kebab?
Yeah, I think that's a decent
That's
kebab.
a kebab. That's like a short kebab, but short king's full, so short kebab.
Short kebab. You got a short kebab?
It's still thick.
How many fingers? 4? Is that 4 fingers?
That's 4 fingers.
Just a forehead then.
Forehead. What you want me to compare it this way?
It kind of actually matches.
Well, anyway, let's get into it. Priory of the Orange Tree, beautiful book, very thick, over 800 pages, but I loved it. Obviously, 5 stars. I think all of these are 5 stars for
Yeah,
us.
makes
All our
sense.
reads.
Favorite
Makes
reads.
sense. Favorite reads. But
5
yeah,
and up.
5 and up.
5 and up.
Okay. I'll just discuss very briefly. I'm going to tell you like one sentence and then read you 2 quotes, and that'll be enough for that book. That's my structure. High fantasy, magic, there's a sisterhood, there's dragons, there's war, there's politics, myths, and legend. And now for my 2 quotes, which will tell you everything you need to know because you need to read it. No woman should be made to fear that she was not enough. I was like, damn. Anyway. True. Then, reading, Ede said lightly, a dangerous pastime. Obviously, I had to put that in there. We read. We are the girlies that read.
It is dangerous. It's very
Yeah.
dangerous.
But, oh wait, I'll read a 3rd quote. And this book has very good, like, discussion of, like, mental health, kind of, but in, like, medieval style, like, time.
So burn the witch.
Not, oh, actually, that's kind of in this book. But,
Yeah.
anyway, I digress.
Witch trials. Ooh.
I digress. I do not sleep because I am not only afraid of the monsters at my door, which are the dragons, but anyway, but also of the monsters my own mind can conjure, the ones that live within. I was like, damn, you go, Samantha
Damn.
Shannon, you go.
It's sitting on my shelf, so maybe it has to move up the TBR list.
It's a beautiful book, and I have the prequel, which is no.
The pink one, yeah.
The pinky pepper one?
There is a blue one, which is A Day of Burning, A Day of Fallen Night, which I am yet to read. And then there's the new one, which I've already pre-ordered, and is Among the Burning Flowers, which is like a novella. So, recommend.
So is it a novella or is it just a normal length book?
In comparison, it looks tiny. I think it's like,
almost like 200 pages.
yeah, I think it's about that.
Yeah, that's
So
So it's an actual novella, okay.
yeah, whereas
Okay.
these are thick. Anyway. All right, so I move on. Second book, which you can put a photo here somewhere.
It'll pop up somewhere on
It'll
screen.
pop up somewhere. Dun, 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 dun,
Right over her
dun.
face.
Yeah, right here. I read it as an ebook, so I read Wings of Starlight by, I think it's Alison Saft, from memory.
Is that the Tinkerbell book?
as a ebook.
Yeah, I did.
Is that the Tinkerbell book?
Yes, it is.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I thought we had the copy.
No, I'm considering buying it.
Yeah.
It's
'Cause I
still
really
in
like it.
hardback in Big W.
And it's got the
Yeah,
colour-
and
yeah,
the blue sprayed
yeah,
edges,
Yeah.
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 I've never seen a paperback version. I've only ever seen the
But
hardcover.
it's so pretty, and
It is.
I need a trophy. So
You do. You
I'll
should get a
one later.
trophy.
I'll get a trophy later.
I am the queen of trophies.
Yes. Okay. Well, this book was
But it is really pretty.
it was made for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So my mum, she very much calls me a romantic at heart, and it's because she catches me watching Barbie movies. Like this, I'm talking about like within 3 years.
Yeah.
Like
Barbie is elite.
right.
Yes.
Rewatching Barbie movies. I rewatched all the Tinkerbell movies, like all Thumbelina, like all the
Yeah.
Disney, like
Nostalgia.
so much nostalgia. This is what this book did for me. It was so much nostalgia, and it really felt like coming home, but into the Tinkerbell world. And it was so beautiful, and it was such like lore, just like sprinkled in there. Anyway. And it was like forbidden love, duty and desire, and there was like a tragic ending, which you already knew because if you've watched Tinkerbell and if you've watched The Secret of the Wings, which I hope you guys have, you already know the ending of the book. This was the prequel about Queen Clarion and then Lord Mallory's like love story, and it was beautiful. And I was reading my quotes, and let me hang on. Let me read you the dedication. The dedication, I almost cried when I read the dedication, to be honest. It is for those who see the world as it could be, brighter and full of magic.
Oh, that is sweet.
Tears.
I love a good dedication.
It's beautiful. Yeah, but I will read you some cutesy quotes because they have such a beautiful love story, and
Yeah.
I would reread it very soon. And I read it, 4 months ago? 5 months ago?
Not too long ago.
I thought, anyway.
Pretty
Wasn't
much
real
as soon
ago.
as it came out.
Yeah,
I think, yeah,
signed up.
yeah, like the week it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, no, actually it was the day.
Yeah, the day.
It was the day it came out because I went somewhere and they didn't have a physical copy, but I could get the e-copy, and I was like, stuff it, I'm just going to read it.
Yeah.
And I read it in 6 hours.
Oh.
But anyway, I move on. So here is here's one quote I'll read for you. The stars overhead glittered brighter. Wonder filled Mallory's expression as their light danced on the snow fluttering around them. When his gaze found hers again, she could not remember how to draw breath. Cute. I'm still going. How beautiful to see the exact moment he fell in love with her. Perhaps he had always loved her on some level. Ever since that night, he allowed himself to hope again. It's so wholesome. It's a sad ending.
And that's where the spicy scene happens?
No, this is a YA book. There is no spice in this book,
Boo.
but it's a beautiful. Anyway, I could talk about it for too long.
I know, I have a problem.
Maybe.
Well,
It
look,
just clocked him in my head now what you are.
well, look, every time my reading gets
Yeah.
mentioned, Dad turns around and goes, ask her about her favourite demon spicy scene. And I'm like, you love to bring that up.
Why is obsessed with the dad?
What?
I know, right? He's always bringing up the tail scene.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
I have
Anyway.
not read that book.
Anyway.
Okay, sorry. Ready? Third one. Let's get into it. Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith, gifted to me by a good book bestie.
I was surprised I saw that then. I was like, damn, I can't believe that it's actually in your top
Sorry
3.
that you did not enjoy it as much.
Oh, I still loved it. It's not my top 5, but
Okay.
or top 3, but it's definitely like I'm definitely going to read the next one.
Yeah.
Never read it. No.
You should read. You
no
can borrow it if you
desire
want
It's
to.
actually pretty fun, and it's a very easy read
It's
as well.
so
Did you say it's like Bridgerton?
yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's
It
why I
is like
loved it.
Bridgerton, but
Next.
the first part of it is an like reference. It's like Outlander, where there's reference to an actual war, but there's like a twist to it with the Fae. And because I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, it references actual politics and war. Let's go. And it was not like that at all.
Why are you doing?
I was like, I don't need to discuss this book. I'm just going to discuss it.
My bad, my bad,
No,
my bad.
I love it. I love
You
it.
go, you go.
No, I love it. I love it. Well, tell you that. That's what happens in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Bridgerton, high society, but fairies and magic bargains. What can you not love? Unless you're Sarah.
Is there spice in it?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Girl, that's not spice.
Well, there is something. I'm a romantic. I could not care if they like do the do, but
Yeah.
if like, hang on.
Look, let me get something straight now, just because it sounds
Go
like
on.
all I want to read is smart. I love books without smart.
Yes.
I don't need a book with smart to enjoy it.
Yeah.
I just like to tease Jazzy.
Yeah. But this is a Y. This is YA. Is it?
It's not
Aren't
YA.
all of
not
your
quite.
YA simply means that they're under 18. I don't think these
I
are under
maybe
18.
this one isn't.
No.
generally YA, yeah, they're generally when you're dealing with teenagers.
As soon as
Generally.
they're out of high school, that's how I see it. That's
But
new
it's,
adult.
it's what the audience is.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
as soon as it's out of
But
high
also-
school, that becomes new adult because then you can have those.
Okay, then new
Yeah.
adult.
Because it's not it's not an adult either.
No.
No.
Okay. So new adult, Winds of Starlight is definitely a YA.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Sarah. I love it. Hang on, I'll read you this quote.
I just like to spice up your life.
True. This is, I'm not going to say who said it, but someone said, I know my way around a corset, Ivy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. But yeah, that's a great love story. And hang on, ready? I'll read this quote too. He pulls back enough to look me directly in the eye. Like you, Ivy Benton, I am obsessed with you. It's going to kill me. And then so on and so on, so on. And I was like, yeah, that was my reaction. Thanks, Alisha. Appreciate it.
I'm
Loved the
so
book.
glad you liked it because I was trying to find Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Which I'm sure I would love.
I think so too.
I think we all would like it.
Yeah.
We've
I-
all been talking about wanting to read it. None of us have though.
Yeah, but I've heard like others talk about it, and then once I learned about it, I was like, maybe it's not the one that's too high on my TBR just yet.
But it's
But
still there.
I reckon you would actually really like it.
probably would.
And I was trying to find that book specifically, and then I couldn't find that. And then I read the blurb of this, and the first thing I do is go on Goodreads, read like 5 like reviews, and check like is it actually good, or am I being gaslighted into it's
Legit.
good? And then I was like, you know what? Even if it's not amazing, it will still be a good read. And it turns out to be a really, really good
I
book.
really enjoyed it. I read it in
Yeah.
like 2 days.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next book though, because I am curious to see how that story
How it
would, because
continues.
it's just opened up a whole layer.
And it's a duology. It'll finish in the next book. And that's coming
Yeah.
out like
Duologies are
February.
becoming my favorite new thing
Mm.
because
love-
like while I love a series, like I love Game of Thrones, but 7 books, that's a lot. I currently started a new series that's 13 books.
oh my
Well,
goodness.
But
Red
they're all like
Rising.
300 pages, so they're not
Yeah.
super long, so it won't take that
Mortal
long.
Instruments.
But like, but duologies, I'm finding they're just when they are duologies, they're perfect length. Because
Yeah.
book 1 sets up enough stakes for you, and then you get to book 2, and that just finishes it off. And you're like, oh no, that was solid.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I feel with particular trilogies, you get through book 2, and you're like, I have to get through another book now.
You should read Divine Rivals.
Oh my god,
That is
it is on my shelf. Calm down.
I
She
hear-
keeps
that
I
is
telling
know,
what
you.
she
you-
tells me as well.
No, I only discovered like 2 days ago I have Divine Rivals on my bookshelf.
You
and,
should read it.
and ever since she hasn't shut up. You should read it.
You should read it.
I put something on my Instagram like audio.
You should read Legends of Death.
Yeah, and I put
Yeah.
it in there.
Everyone gave me like so many new books and whatnot, and Jazzy's was like Divine Rival. Divine Rival?
Yeah.
Yeah, with I emoji.
I
I was like,
read-
we get it.
Okay, I read it.
To be fair,
Last
I
week.
do love like academic setting kind of books, but I have realized I like academic setting books which are like If We Were Villains and Secret
Okay.
History.
You should still read it.
Yeah. Did not like Deadly Education. No.
This is not deadly education. I'm not deadly educationing you.
Yeah,
I
thank God.
Look,
Sorry.
book club books, you can't blame me for.
I'm not blaming.
Because it's the wheel that picks it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't hurt to read the Goodreads
No,
review.
I don't
Which
like
is what
to do that.
I did it for
I
Metal
never
Slinger.
do.
Yeah.
I don't. I
Yeah, Metal
never
Slinger is-
ever.
yeah.
I don't read reviews before I read a book
No, that's
because
fair.
I don't like having other people's impressions
Yeah.
control how I react to something.
Fair enough. Yeah. I'm going to keep it very short, but I need a place to.
Shall we time her?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do it.
You have 2 minutes. Go.
No, not 2 minutes.
Just make sure you're
1,
unmuted.
2, 3, 4, 5. She's already
Just-
lost 10
okay.
seconds.
All So, my first 5, 6 star read, whatever, favorite read of the year so far is Two Twisted Crowns. It is the second book of the Shepherd King duology. The first book was One Dark Window. This book, what does it do? What does it talk about? There's a bunch of magical cards. And there's a gothic kingdom, and if you just look at my Instagram page, you'll find a review for it. But what I really loved about this book is simply that the first book goes into like this entire world building, but also like setting up a story, and honestly could have been read as like a standalone almost. And it focuses on two complete different whichever characters it focuses the whole narrative on. The second book focuses completely on the secondary characters, builds the whole narrative around those characters, and somehow it seamlessly ties with the first book's story. And there's so much symbolism with like such a random concept of trees. And I did research into every single tree that's mentioned, and like how that like connects to the family tree in this book, as well as like actual trees like elm trees, like hawthorn trees and hawthorn trees and whatever. Like there's so many different trees, and they all have like their uses, right? Like some trees are used for healing, and that's how it's like symbolized with the character in this book. Like for healing, oh, that's why she was given this card. And like it's just like those unique little breadcrumbs just sprinkled across in the book that if you do like that additional research, not that you need to understand the book at all, you can kind of see like how much thought is put into it. And I feel like I really appreciate those aspects of books where there's just been like so much thought, so much like depth to it, that like you keep thinking about it over and over again. And like if you learn a little bit more, like every time, like it's not the end of it. Like once you've read the book, you still like learn more about it. There's still more to like unravel in that world, and I loved that about it. I think also the themes, like this is a very gothic, dark, eerie fantasy book, and I really love that the atmosphere was set up so well to mimic that vibe. Like the entire time I was picturing the book was like with this
we have
fog.
a little friend that's visiting.
Yeah. He matches the book actually. This very like foggy atmosphere in the forests, in the woods, and like the whole story followed that. And there were so many mysteries to these different powers that they could channel through these different cards. And on top of that, I also loved like there was a balanced structure to the cards. Like you use some cards that has certain powers, but then it also takes away something from you that you would value. And then it just goes on to like that back and forth of like, okay, what's the risk of using this magic? And it has to be like quite high stakes for you to have to use that. So I don't know, I think like the series was very emotionally what would the word be, like emotionally charged. The second book especially, like the villains were just like such bad villains. Like they were so horrible, but like every other character was quite morally grey at the same time. And I just love how like in this story, the second book, it elevated the review for the first book as well. Like it made the first book stand out a lot more because we learned so much more in this, and this one followed like a completely different structure, but it was so well done. So this would be the first one by Rachel Gillick, and she has the new book The Knight and the Moth out right now, which is also going to be a duology, so that will be exciting. Do we want to do quotes for that book? Let me see. I do have a quote.
Is that Sarah's copy?
It is.
I was like, I have yours to
Yeah,
borrow.
They're both my copies of my books that she's got.
Okay,
Someone was unprepared.
Well, my copy was with her.
What, for both of them?
Not for heat.
Whatever.
and you left Red Rising at home.
That's also true. So the book, that there's one quote that comes up again and again and again, which is be wary, be good, be wary, be clever, be good. And you can see like in every segment of the book how like the main character for the first book, Elspeth, she's technically the main character for the second book, but it focuses more on these other two characters, Elm and Ione. But
well, she's not really present.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna leave that with myself.
I know you haven't. That's not really a spoiler. It's fine.
Okay.
She will have no idea what I'm talking about anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. You can see how like she has to apply all those three logical things, and you see it like step by step, but it's like just so well written, and the way like the information is given throughout the book, like it's just so enjoyable. So that's that. So the second book I really enjoyed this year was Heat of the Everflame by Pen Cole. This is a romantasy book. It's the third
And
book
another
of
kebab.
yeah, it's a kebab. The third book of the Kindred's Curse saga, and the last book will be coming out hopefully next year.
Can't come out soon enough.
Exactly.
Please.
No,
Anyone
actually,
agrees.
take your time because I still want to like be part of this world for as long as I can. So take as long as you need, Pencol. I'll patiently wait for it.
I disagree with that.
So this book follows it is quite like the general like romantasy tropes of like slow burn, very slow burn. It's actually probably the best slow burn series I've read in the romantasy genre. And it's got like magical hierarchies, and there's like oppressive groups as well trying to rebel against like the magical descendants, and there's a lot of scheming and plotting happening. But this doesn't happen until I'd say the third book, where we open up the layer where it's not just scheming and plotting within their realm, but they're going into different realms, and we're trying to learn a little bit more about like how the different areas have different kind of abilities and powers and what that all means. And I think this was the first book in the series where you could start theorizing a lot about like the main character DM's past and where she comes from, because we get a lot more information. In the last two books, honestly, I had no clue where it would go, but this one was like the one where you could sit and like think about it. And again, it comes down to like, one, it had like amazing political intrigue throughout this book, and the way like DM becomes like the person she's meant to be, and the prophecy we see from book one and how that's coming like into be fulfilled. Like you start to see a lot more of that. So I really loved her character journey in this book, her character growth. And obviously another thing in this book was you can do a lot of research into like certain names and whatnot used, and like go into like the Greek mythology side of it, and why the author like it doesn't match anything like that with how the author has used those names, and does that give any kind of like reference to what that character is going to be like. So I really enjoyed that part of it as well. So Heat of the Everflame, by far favorite book of the trilogy. And what I loved about, not the trilogy, sorry, the series, and what I loved about the series was like each book was really good, and then I'd read the next one, and then the first like even better, than the first one I read. Then the third book I read, I'm like even better than the second. But when I was reading the second, I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Cat fight on the podcast. Stay up there.
The quote from Glow of Everflame before I get to Red Rising is, hate is easy, it's mercy that requires the greatest strength. I'll be damned if I let you believe that beautiful heart of yours is a weakness. And I was just like, that's so sweet. We love Luther. He has the best lines. And he's honestly, he's too good. That's why he can't be my top book boyfriend, because I need someone who like I can also help out, like Xaden, because kind of messed up in the head as well. But Luther's just like chill. That bruv is just like, I'll accept death, I'll accept anything, I'll accept whatever you give me. If you don't, I'll accept it. And I'm just like, dude, fight back a bit.
He just a thirsty boy.
He's not even thirsty, he's just so bloody dedicated. I'm like, just
Loyal.
let loose a little
Loyalty.
bit. Yeah, exactly. Like just let loose. Just ask something for yourself once in a while. Anyway, next book that I really, really loved is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I have only read the first book because I have been so busy with ARC reads, but I definitely I can't wait to get into the Red Rising series. And I got all the like Kindle versions of all the books. Like I bought them. I'm like, I have to have it, and now I'm gonna read it. So there's gonna be one day that I'm just gonna read all of those books, and it's gonna be delightful. So this one is again really, really well written, smartly put. Like so many symbolism to like what do I say? Like yeah, there's a lot of Greek mythology references in it, but it's also
there?
oh yeah,
I had no idea.
yeah. There
Learn
is
something new every day.
yeah.
Oh, I just know it's a sci-fi.
Sci-fi, and there's an oppressive system based on colors. I can't remember if it was color of your hair or color of your eyes.
I think
colour of
it's
your hair.
eyes.
No,
because I saw
it's
a video
hair.
from him the other day, and he was talking about that, and I'm pretty sure he said eyes.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
Google it later.
I thought it was hair. But
I might be
anyway,
wrong. It was
it's
very brief.
much. Think about like it kind of has like Hunger Game connotations as well. Well,
Like
maybe the other way.
Divergent, like splitting.
No. There's like more like capital and oppressed groups and whatnot. But it's so sad because like the oppressed groups don't even know they're oppressed.
Wait,
They
so,
don't even know.
Like powerless. I haven't read it. You should read it.
You're the only one. You keep saying that. It's never going to happen.
But it's like imagine like you are put on Mars and you're working to make Mars a habitable place for human beings, except when you get out of Mars you realize the other half of Mars is habitable. People have been living there and they've just kept you oppressed, and they keep making you believe that you're working on Earth trying to make it a habitable place, but it's always been habitable.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like it's crazy how it all unfolds, and then there's like you enter like this academy setting and you're trying to like get through pass and all these things, but there's a lot going on, and it's all obviously like it's a very political book, and like the emotional impacts of like the parts that happen like are quite like shocking. I will say like I don't think, at least in the first book, like I haven't connected to a character in the sense that I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel for you, things like that, but it's more so been like I can't wait to see like how you're used in the story. There are definitely favorite characters, but like not same as like how I like really care for the DM and Luther. This one is more so like I have a feeling something bad's gonna happen to you because you're way too fun of a character. But it's crazy. Like there's so many points that are coming to me now that like how much like mentally the lead character Darrow has to deal with and make decisions, and he makes so many mistakes as well. Like it's so like every single person in this is so morally great, but you can't make black and white decisions in this book. Even as readers, when you're reading it, like I actually have no idea what the right way to go about this is. It's just a fucked scenario and you just deal with it and move on.
Yes, you can.
But yeah, so I really loved that. Again, like there was those parts in that book where I could see like the symbolism to like the Trojan War, or like the Trojan horse, and like the Greek mythological like stories and wars that have happened, and how they use like those to like show like strength and show like other things like intellect and whatnot, and like the houses are divided based on like similar kind of understanding. So it was really, really fun. And I also love like although it's a sci-fi fantasy book, like there's so many elements of like even like cannibalism and all that stuff. Like there's just like it's like all survive mode, and like the what's it called, like the lengths they have gone to survive is just like crazy. But like the plot twists were like insane. And one of my favorite quotes from this was, "Eat the fish, leave 20% to indicate its deliciousness did not overpower my resolve to make slaves of my taste buds." So this one comes from like one of the higher class people, and they say like if you really like a dish when you're at like these academy settings and whatnot, and you're like being fed and stuff, like leave 20%. Like it's all like everything is strategic. Every action they do was like it's showcasing something, and I really loved. What are you gonna do? Oh, that's chill.
He likes being on my desk.
But yeah, I just loved how like that was like a big reflection of like how the elite people see life, and how every action, every decision they make is like there's some kind of like hidden agenda behind it. Like nothing is just done because they want to. But yeah, like leaving like not even letting like having that level of discipline and control over everything, like not even letting your taste buds overpower your control for things. And I just loved that quote so much, and like what it represented. Yeah.
Well, you definitely made it sound more interesting than what I thought.
It's always been
I
interesting.
know.
Well, no, but like people talk about it.
It was so
But, like,
funny.
Yeah.
You don't actually know what it's about. Like I actually found this with Metal Slinger.
Yes.
Did you actually know anything about the plot before you
I
started reading? Had you heard anything?
I
I
read
knew
the
it was like
blurb,
yeah.
so I knew she wasn't a part of the people. But even reading, I was like, is she? Isn't she? I couldn't remember.
No, but my point is, when
Yeah,
people
it's
talk
Don't tell
about
you.
Metal Slinger, all they talk about is the plot twist at the end.
Yeah.
No one actually talks about what happened in the book. The rest of the book, no one talks about it.
I
I
really
feel like
enjoy
all
it.
the reviews definitely spoke about it.
Every review I'd seen on
Are you
TikTok,
seeing on TikTok? Yeah. I don't know. I'm seeing on Instagram.
I don't
was
read
seeing
them. I
Instagram.
listen.
Yeah.
But
You
I
don't
just
read the reviews.
on the people I follow, I do.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah,
like on TikTok, I'm just scrolling, yeah.
Yeah.
So it just pops up and I start talking about Mercy. I go, oh my god, the plot twist and da da da. And then it's like
okay.
a 3-minute video. I'm like, all you spoke about was the plot twist. You didn't mention anything else.
I see.
Mind you, my review, like maybe 50% was about the plot twist, but I
Yeah.
made an intentional point of mentioning other things I liked about the book because
Yeah.
nobody else's reviews mentions that.
I always read the like like a review or two before, but I think I had a good idea of what it's gonna be. So I knew it was like
I had no
romantasy
context.
and
Oh,
like
the-
pirate based.
I knew romantasy, and that there was not even the water. I had no idea.
Oh, really?
It's like
Normally I go in blind.
The
but I don't-
magic.
yeah.
Romance and the magic. They were the only things I knew.
Yeah.
I had no idea about the fact that Allah.
I call it Alaha.
Allah.
Yeah.
Like
Allah.
Valhalla.
Allah. Like when we got to that city, and it's like there are exiled people living on a city that's basically built out of wooden trees, and I'm like,
ready? My quote: "It's an island with no land." That's the quote I took.
Yeah.
Yeah.
here
And
it is,
it's
pretty
quite
much.
big because she actually travels and swims under it to get to the other side.
Yeah.
And it's so cool.
Oh, some of the fan art I've seen are
Yeah.
stunning.
Yeah.
I haven't
So
looked.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
my
I saw the
reward.
guy.
I waited till the end.
That's my
but
reward
like-
when I finish. I go look at the reviews and then the fan art.
I've even been looking for vibe videos because I'm like, I like seeing how people else.
Aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, yeah. Red Rising is great.
I have had lots and lots of books this year that I've loved, but these are definitely the ones that I'm still thinking about constantly. Going in backwards order unintentionally of what I read them. First one is the first one is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This woman, just V.E. Schwab in general, brilliant, mastermind. Everything she writes is so intentional. It's got so many layers. I feel like she's actually a really much a you vibe, I feel like if you ever get into her work, you would enjoy it.
I have
Because
been
she-
recommended by so many people.
She
that-
makes you think.
Yeah, that I would like this,
Mm.
like her. I don't know all of her books, but I've seen this one come up.
So
a few
this
times.
is the third book of hers I've read. So I read this one. I've read Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, which is her most recent lesbian vampire romance, which is the way she marketed that book, which is fantastic.
I'm reading it, but I don't know.
I would say you can borrow my coffee, but I don't let people borrow my copies. And then I have a YA fantasy trilogy that she wrote called A Darker Shadow Magic, and she wrote that years ago, but it's one of my favorite trilogies. It's so fun.
Are her books YA?
Some of them.
Oh, okay.
She's very diverse.
Yeah.
She writes a whole bunch of different things. Generally, it's fantasy.
Yeah.
But adult YA.
What's this one?
This one, sorry, I meant to do it quick. I'm not being quick. So this one we follow Addie.
Yeah.
Addie basically grows up in, I think it's the 17th century, 18th century France. And she basically one day is told that she's going to get married. She's going to have to marry this guy. She doesn't want to get married to this guy. And she runs away from the wedding. And in the middle of a forest, which she's told never scream out for help in the middle of the forest, pleads for help and has a wish granted for her basically by the devil.
Oh, lovely.
And ends up immortal. So she can never die. But the twist is every person that she meets forgets her. So the second they turn away, no recollection of who you are. Her parents forget who she is. Her friends forget who she is. And she's basically this immortal girl stuck living in a world where no one can remember her. And the book is basically, so we jump between time periods. So we have modern day time. And then we have jumping back into her history of how she gets to modern day time. And in the modern day time, she goes into a bookstore because to survive when no one remembers you, she can't have a bank account. She can't own property. She can't do all these things because of this curse. But she goes into a bookshop, tries to nick a book, and is remembered by this guy. And the whole book...
so annoying. You can't even, like, steal.
No. This is the one time she's remembered.
Oh, so she does steal.
So she takes the book. She steals the book.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, hey, you can't just do that. And she goes, how do you remember me? And then that's kind of the plot twist of this one person is the only person in her entire life, and she's hundreds of years old at this point,
Yeah.
that remembers her. Why does he remember her? It's really fun. It's heartbreaking. It's made me cry. It did make me cry.
I do have
I don't cry very often.
Yeah.
I even do cry counters in my book reviews because it's funny. It made me cry.
But are those cry counters like legit tear cries? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if it has made me shed a tear,
Yeah.
even if it's just a single drop.
Yeah.
Or if I'm sobbing.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there was one of those books you had like 5 or 6 cry.
oh, For Whom the Bell Tolls.
Yeah.
I was fucking wrecked.
Oh.
Absolutely shattered. That book emotionally destroyed me.
Yeah.
And the best part about that, the thing I cried the most about in that book was the fact that she was reunited with her dead cat.
Aw.
I Like, I was blubbering. I was a blubbering mess of the time. I sent you both a picture in our group chat of my face, and I was just wrecked. Anyway. So yeah, for this one, so it's a really, really fun, interesting story about a woman's journey of basically learning to survive. Yeah. She's very much given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to basically get out of this curse, because the devil keeps coming back and he's like, hey, if you just give in, give me your soul, it'll be over. You don't have to deal with this anymore. And she goes through so much crap. Like, at one point, she's literally selling her body to get money to survive. And so, like, she goes through so much. And then she meets this guy, and he's just, because he remembers her, it just changes everything for her, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful story. And I still think about it. It really makes you think, as I mentioned, V.E. Schwab, her writing just makes you think. My brain just kept going the entire time I was reading it. But I also think a really good way to think about this book is it's a really good discussion on the quote, or I suppose the saying that gets said is, be careful what you wish for. Because she wanted more than so Addie wanted more than anything to have free will to do what she wanted with her life. Yeah. She has 100% free will to do whatever her life. No one can ever tell her what to do. But there are consequences from getting that desire. So it's like, sometimes maybe what you have might not be what you desire. Sometimes settling with what you have is the best type of scenario.
Or she could have said that I want free will over everything, but everything else stays the same.
Well, yes, that is true. I know you and your fine print, but she's running away from a wedding. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, so that was really sad. I actually gave this a 6 stars. I probably will never stop thinking about this book. I will never stop recommending this book. If someone has a different opinion, well, fuck off. Next, we have The Night in the Moth by Rachel Gillig. I adore this book. Bartholomew will forever live in my heart. That gargoyle.
Oh, man.
Oh, this one did not make me cry. It made me teary, but did make me cry. But this one is just absolutely beautiful. So it's another. I don't classify it as romantic. It's a fantasy with a romance subplot. I don't see it as a romantasy. But we've got Sybil. Sybil is a diviner. So basically, she's got this ability where she's drowned in a pool of water, and in a magical pool of water. And she basically is granted the opportunity to speak with, what are they called?
The omens.
Omens, thank you. No.
Yes.
Yes. So she's drowned in this magical pool of water where she communes or is given visions or signs from the omens, which are like the gods of the world. It's basically to whether or not if these omens favour the person who's asking. Yeah. And she does this along with 5 other girls. Through many, many, many years. And then one day, these other girls just disappear. One at a time. They go to sleep, wake up, one of them's gone. Until Sybil's the only one remaining. And then she kind of goes, well, if I stay here, am I going to disappear? But also, what's happened to the girl she basically considers her family? And she decides, rather than waiting for her own death or whatever's happened to come, she's going to go find them. She's going to go find her friends, save them, bring them back. And to do that, she has to ask this very obnoxious knight that she's met who has no respect for what she does and thinks that she's a total crock. And they basically end up on this journey together across a kingdom where they have to face down these omens and find the truth. And I just think it's a really fun journey. It really embodies that medieval gothic adventure. It's got a great romance between Rory and Sybil. Rory, he's funny. He's great. He's a bit funny.
I think it's my second, in top 3 book boyfriends now.
Top 3? Wow.
Absolutely.
Up the ranks.
There's a lot of things I really liked about him. And I was like, if he was real, there's no way I would survive with Luther. I'd kill myself because he's just too good. Xaden, too much responsibility. Good God. Doable. Solid.
He doesn't have any real thing to. No, he's just
a guy,
him.
What's it called? He built himself by himself.
Yeah.
He built himself up by himself. Yeah. It wasn't given to him.
And he rocks some eye makeup, which is hot.
I love that. I love piercings, eye makeup. My type does not match the guys I've dated, and the only excuse I have to it is I'm yet to meet my type because it doesn't match.
Oh, that's great. I also think he does have piercings, doesn't he?
Yes,
He's got
Yeah.
three.
He's got some piercings.
No
That's also
piercings and ties.
check. That means you must love Akka,
Who's that?
metal singer.
Yeah, I do.
Nose piercing.
I do. I
Hot.
just think that they're so.
He does. He's got a
They're just so.
I thought you already
Septum.
know. I visualized whatever.
Worse than that, I've
Septum.
been visualizing him blonde for a hot
Bitch,
minute.
get
Is
out.
he blonde? I have no
No,
idea.
he's
it's
got
not.
dark
It's
hair.
No, but it's like the first image in my head ended up being the guy. Cade?
Kai.
Kai. Kai in my head was like
Oh, yeah.
dark hair and exactly what actually Akka is supposed to look like, and Akka in my hair is blonde.
Aren't they? But they're opposite.
The opposite,
Yeah,
but
I
in
was
my
gonna say,
head
Kai's
it
got
didn't
fair
I
look.
hair.
think of Kai as like looking like Dane.
Oh yeah, because that was one of the
I
things.
kind of see him as Damon.
Nope. No, because all the Allaha people have fair hair.
Yeah. No, but it doesn't matter what you tell me. It's there in my head now.
Also, I really love the traits actually in that aspect. How like depending on where you're from depends on your hair and your eye
Red
color.
Rising.
Anyway, okay, sticking on track. But yeah, so this was a really, really solid read. I really enjoyed this one. This was my other second 6-star read of the year. So I will never stop, ever stop loving. And I can't wait for the second one. It ended on a point where you're like, where the hell is this going to go? Need to know what's going to happen. And who knows how long we'll be waiting for that. Okay. And then I pulled out the special edition for this one. Newly
Beautiful.
released. She's stunning, isn't she? And that is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Let's just take a moment to adore this stunning copy.
Gorgeous.
She's beautiful. She's beautiful. She's my second special edition that I've purchased. I'm starting to understand the reason why people have special edition after special edition after special edition. But I'm reining myself in somewhat. I'm not buying just for buying, but I'm buying for the books like this that I absolutely adore. Now, for When the Moon Hatched, this is really a high fantasy one. This one is very lyrical.
You can say that again.
It's very, very high fantasy. It takes effort to get into this world. It is not something like, yes, you're basically straight into what's the action of what's happening with this plot. But the writing style is very lyrical. It's very fantastical, and it takes a moment to adjust. But once you're in and you become immersed in this world and you follow the main character as she basically works out her forgotten past, it's just a beautiful story. So basically our main character, who's main?
Rave.
Rave, thank you.
Yes, I will.
So our main character, Rave, she is basically a hitman, is probably the easiest way to put it. She's basically a gun for hire. She works with this guild. They give her tasks. She goes and kills people. Basically, that's the easiest way to put it. And anyway, she ends up getting arrested and stuck in jail. And she's basically going to be executed. And there's no way out. She's kind of screwed. And then she meets the prince of one of the 3 realms, or one of the 3 kingdoms. And he basically goes, well, if you help me, I'll help you type of scenario. It's really hard to explain without spoiling certain
I
details.
was gonna say you're doing quite well.
I really don't want to it's
something
just
happens. Like
yeah.
she's no longer in prison, and then the world really it breaks open.
Gets on a
Yeah.
dragon and flies away.
technically yes.
I
Not
mean-
willingly. She gets put on.
I'm picturing Harry Potter.
No.
Gets on the dragon,
Um,
flies away.
Kind of close like that.
In some aspects, yes. In some aspects, no. But yeah, so basically she ends up traveling with the prince of the 3rd realm down to his realm. Khan, yes. Yep, so Raven Khan. And she basically finds out all of her memories are missing, that have been missing. He basically has the answers for. And it's a heartbreaking story. And watching these two in their relationship is just... It's one of my favourite relationships, I think. Because he is so patient.
Yeah.
She's incredibly frustrating because she's kind of like
Yes.
in denial while also wanting to find out the truth at the same time.
But the entire book in denial.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, 100%. And his yearning, he wants her so bad.
Oh, in denial of like the romance.
So she's in denial of the truth.
Everything.
Well, yeah,
okay.
the truth, the
Oh,
romance,
okay.
what's happening. She's just like, let me go back to my little home. I don't want to be here. I don't want to
Same.
have to deal with this. How can I get away?
Yeah.
And then he's just like, just listen, please. Just wait.
Honestly,
You can go home if you really want to, but just listen.
I feel her. Why open a can of worms if it's not bothering you?
Oh, trust me,
Walk
opening
away.
the can of worms
this
is
a good can of
worth it.
worms.
It's a great can of worms.
Okay.
Oh, holy Hannah, it's a
Oh
good can of worms. But it's just like, it's really just a beautiful world. One of my favorite aspects about this. So we do have dragons in this beautiful world. We have 3 breeds of dragon as well. So we've got some really like diverse world building when it comes to dragons. Because I feel like a lot of times these days, a lot of dragons are very, I suppose basic is the way to put it. They're kind of just, a dragon is a dragon. They might be a different color. They might have a different personality, but a dragon is a dragon. They have all the same strengths, weaknesses, everything. In here, we've got the 3 kingdoms that I mentioned. So we've basically got a winter kingdom. We've got like a normal like middle of the ground. So you've got hot and cold weather, green type of place. And then you have basically a desert kingdom. So, and then each of those kingdoms has a particular species of dragon.
Yeah.
So the dragons that live in the cold, they can survive in the cold kingdom, and they can somewhat survive in the middle kingdom, but they cannot survive in the desert kingdom. It will basically kill them.
Yeah.
They can't deal with the climate.
I'm actually going to tear up.
I'm not going to bring up that point because it's kind
dragon
of a
dies,
No,
spoiler.
there's
doesn't
actual
it?
tears. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, so there's lots of dragons die a lot. Like dragons,
But
Anyway,
the one I'm gonna
getting
like is gonna
sidetracked.
die.
possibly. Who knows? It depends on which ones you like.
You should just.
But
finish
anyway,
the book.
and then so you have the dragon from the Middle Kingdom, and that can kind of go anywhere. So that can go in the cold, it can go in the heat, it can kind of survive anywhere. So they kind of have the upper hand in that sense. And then you've got the dragons from the desert. They can obviously survive in the desert. They
It's
can
like blood
survive
types.
kinda. They can and then survive in the Middle Kingdom, but they can't survive in the Cold Kingdom because they
Yeah.
can't deal with the cold. So they all look different. They've got different
And they're all described
appearances.
beautifully.
Oh yeah, and some of the artwork, like, is it on here? Is it on this one?
Which one?
No, I don't think it is.
It's got like.
Surely the special edition would have the artwork.
Well, it was kind
That's
of
the
this effect.
that's the moon plume.
Okay.
This is the original cover. But on the side here, we've got the cold dragon, so the winter
Yeah.
dragon. It's very like feathery and like wispy and magical and type of thing. Versus
Like
the
airy.
dragon from like the Desert Kingdom. He's
It's very angular. And
yeah,
very, like,
and scales, like very much
Yeah.
what you would get from Fourth Wing.
yeah.
So like you've got these different characteristics on these
Yeah.
different dragons, and it just makes such a beautiful like expansion. They feel so different. They feel unique. They feel more like I don't know, like just more in depth.
Yeah.
And the dragons themselves also have their own personalities, which is a bit of fun. They don't talk like they do in Fourth Wing, but there is still a bond between rider and dragon, and they
Yeah.
kind of understand one another, and it's really just
Yeah.
amazing. It's so good. I love it, and again, cannot wait for the sequel.
Yeah.
Comes
wait.
out next year.
I really thought it
confirmed.
was coming October.
It was.
It
and then
was. It got
delayed.
delayed, but do
Okay.
you know why it was delayed? Because there's 100 chapters in book
Which is
2.
insane.
Yeah, Okay,
I'm about
games
to
that
pass
God
out.
play has like 111 chapters,
What
but they're
does?
like games that gods play, and those were like not that big of
How many
chapters.
chapters are
Yeah.
here? I gotta remember.
So
But-
it depends on the length.
but
of
So
the
this
chapter.
has
kebab
got
Yeah.
89,
Okay.
about 80, 90 chapters in that.
Yeah.
But her chapters vary.
Yeah.
So like they can be
Yeah.
like a page and a half or like 20 pages.
Yeah.
So it jumps back and forth. So I still think she'll be thick.
Yeah.
It'll be definitely thicker than this, but
It's gonna be like kebab thick though.
I love
think
when
so.
authors do that. When the first book is like readable and the third book ends up being like that.
What City of Bones?
Yeah, literally. City of Brains is worse than that because what they did is like they set up the main 6-book series as like a normalish length and it gets bigger and bigger. But because you're sucked into the world, now the trilogies and stuff that she releases, the first book itself is 800 pages.
yeah, that's insane.
Which is
I kind of
Yeah.
feel like sometimes books are just almost too long. I'm like, I love a long book, don't get me wrong,
Quicksilver.
but sometimes
yeah. I still.
we've
stand
had that
by
conversation.
I still stand by it. But
I don't, but sometimes I just feel like does it really need to be that long?
Quicksilver could have been 300 pages.
Oh my god, get over Quicksilver.
I
Get
think
move on.
No.
Should have split it and then filled in with more world building.
So there we go. They're our favourite 3 reads of 2025 so far. We have a couple more months to go, so I'm sure there'll be plenty more. If you want to check out any more of our in-depth thoughts on these books, we all have reviews on them. You can check out Goodreads, you can check out Instagram, you can check out TikTok for me. We post pretty much all the time about our books that we love, so you can check it there. You can even, if you want to talk about it, message us. We'd love to chat with you about it.
Absolutely.
We, you see right here, we can't shut up. So we will talk your ear off if you want to about these books. But of course, as I think it's pretty obvious, we recommend every single one of these.
Obviously.
Read them. If you haven't read them, get your shit together. Buy these books. Enjoy them. Love them. Let us know how much you love them once you have read them. There are some serious kebabs here. So be prepared to invest.
I just love how kebabs has like catched on now.
Oh yeah,
and it's
it
just
has
part
caught
of the
on.
series
Yep.
now.
Yeah.
It's going on a t-shirt.
I love it.
I only read kebabs.
Yes.
No, I'm scared of kebabs. Every time I see a kebab length book, I'm like,
But is it a kebab?
If it is at the kebab worthy, like I feel like
Yeah.
Heat's a worthy kebab.
Priory is a worthy kebab.
Well, we have to take your word on that. We haven't read that one, but we've all read Heat, so we can all agree that is a
Yeah.
worthy kebab.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah.
mhm.
But anyway, thank you so much for joining us. If you do want to follow us on any other platforms, social media, look up Girlies that Read. You can find us at all these links individually. We will have link trees. You can follow the links and find us everywhere. Let us know what your favourite reads are of the year so far. Did any of these make the cut? Let us know. And we'll see you next time with another video. But until then, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.